to the rivers of the Chairman, Chairman,
Good morning, Advocate. Good morning, honorable members.
morning. Do we have a quorum?
We have 3 provincial whips present currently, Advocate.
Okay.
Good morning, Advocate. Good morning, honorable members. I'm just watching the time and just, Advocate, if you can give us a go ahead to start the meeting.
Good morning, Chair.
Yeah, good morning, Advocate Pendela. I'm just concerned about the provincial whips that have not joined as yet. And I need your wisdom in terms of whether we can put without them, because it's now 8:30.
The deputy chairperson is still checking.
Recording in progress.
Is still checking the
Okay.
quorum. Good morning,
Okay.
Chairperson.
All right.
Deputy Chair have just reminded the whips they are logging in now. Morning.
Good morning, Chief Whip. Thank you very much for alerting them. And I'll just wait for Advocate Pendela to confirm, or yourself to confirm, that we have the quorum, and I'm ready to start.
Thank you.
Honorable Chief Whip, I don't know how long more we can wait. We might as well start the meeting and see if there's any apologies. And then maybe some of the provincial whips will still join us.
Thank you. Let's hear from the advocate. Are we okay to proceed, advocate?
Hey, from where I am, Chief Whip, it looked like we are here. Most of us, only few, maybe one
Good
or
morning,
two.
Chairperson. Good morning, Chairperson. Chairperson.
Good morning.
Morning, Advocate.
Good morning, Chair. Chairperson. Good morning, Chair.
Good morning. I don't know whether you're referring to the chair of the session or to myself. Good morning.
That's
It's
why
me.
I was.
No, I'm referring to the Chairperson of the Council.
Good morning, Advocate.
Good morning, Chair. We are ready to start with the meeting.
But I thought you're saying that the meeting is chaired by the deputy chair, so I'm comfortable to sit and participate in the meeting. I thought that was the spirit of the meeting. Hence, the deputy is asking, when are we starting with the meeting? Can we proceed, please?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I was also a bit confused as to whether you are available to chair, but yes, I think we should get started. And firstly, greetings to all honourable members, the Chief Whip, as well as yourself, Honourable Chairperson, all our House chairpersons who are present, honourable members, as well as all our colleagues and support staff. I greet you and welcome you to this programming committee meeting. And I'll now ask for any apologies. I don't see any hands regarding apologies. If there are none, could we have a mover for the adoption of the agenda?
Chair, Honorable Mugome.
Honorable Ryder, I see your hand, and Honorable Chief Whip.
Morning, Deputy Chairperson. Yes, I move for the adoption of the agenda.
Morning.
Thank you, Honorable Ryder.
Morning.
Honorable Chief.
Chair of the session and honorable members, special word of greetings to the chair. I move to second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, can we then move on to item 4, that is a consideration of the minutes of the meeting of 9th October. Mr. Michaels, if you can please, thank you for screening it. Okay, let's go page 1. Are there any corrections on that page? If there's none, we move on to page 2. I don't see any hands. Page 3. We move on to page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. page 13. And page 14. Honorable members, those were the minutes of the meeting of the 9th of October, and those minutes were sent to us earlier. So look for any hands in terms of corrections. I didn't see any hands as we moved along. So we'll go on to item 5, that is matters arising. Are there any colleagues that want to take up the matters arising? None. Okay, then we move on to the consideration of the draft parliamentary program. That's item 6.
Honorable Chair of the session, let's
Yes.
move for the adoption of the minutes.
Yes, yes, sorry. Could we have somebody to move the adoption of the minutes, please? Could we have someone move for the adoption? Yes.
Our hands are up, Chair.
Okay, now I'm sorry, I can't see it on my side. Okay, Honorable Mabilo and Honorable Badnost.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Chair of the NCOP, Deputy Chair, Chief Whip, and all honorable members. I hereby move that we adopt the minutes as presented. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mabilo. Honorable Badnost.
I'll second that, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Badnost. We'll now move on to the next item, item 6, the consideration of the draft parliamentary program. Could we screen that, please, Jeremy? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Chairperson. And good morning to honorable members on the platform, the Chairperson of the NCOP, Chief Whip, honorable members and advocate and your officials. Deputy Chair, I'm going to present the draft fourth parliamentary program to honorable members. Can you please go to the next page? Deputy Chair, the program has some additions on the side of the select committees, and those additions are made. And the other issue on the program that has a bit of a change is the meeting that is taking place, and that one of the whips forum that took place yesterday, because we were supposed to have that meeting last week. So because of the other parliamentary programs, we had to shift the meeting for this week. So today is Thursday, the 6th of November, and we are having our program committee meeting. It will be followed by the party caucuses at 10 until 12. Then 1 o'clock is the provincial delegates meeting, and the joint standing committee on financial management, they are going to have their meeting immediately after the plenary. The 7th of November is is for the joint committees and the Joint Standing Committee on Defense. They will have their meeting from 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock. Next page. The week of the 10th to the 14th, on Monday is Constituency Day. Tuesday, there's an edition on the side of the committees, and the PGIR, they'll have their meeting at 3 o'clock. The Parliament at 3 o'clock, and then the committees, the plenary. The plenary will meet at, where I am. Sorry, I moved to the side of the NA. Sorry for that. So at Tuesday is the PGIR meeting at 3 o'clock, and then the committees, they'll have their meeting at that time. And there's an on Wednesday, the 12th, here, Deputy Chair, we are reminding honorable members to submit the questions to the Deputy President scheduled for the 25th of November. And on the side of the select committees, the edition that is there is that of the Select Committee on Security and Justice. They'll have their meeting from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And also there's a Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management of Parliament that will take place from 6 o'clock, from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That are the two editions. On Thursday, the 13th of November, party caucuses, they'll meet at 10 until 12:30. Then the select committees, they'll have their meeting, and the Select Committee on Social Services, they'll have they'll go to their oversight visit in Northern Cape. At 2 o'clock, there's a plenary to last 40, and we have received the confirmation that Minister will be in the house on the said day. On Friday, the 14th of November, the joint committees will have their meeting from 9 to 1 o'clock, the MSF, and also the Select Committee on Social Services. They'll be on their oversight visit. The Joint Standing Committee on Defense, they have their meeting from 9 to 12. Select Committee on Appropriation, 9 to 12. The Joint Committee on Ethics and Members' Interest, they'll have their meeting from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Then we'll go to the week of the 17th to the 21st of November. The constituency days on Monday, the 17th. The 18th of November is, this week is for the provincial week, and the theme is there. And I'm sure that members are aware of the preparations and also all the information about what is going to happen to in their various provinces through their provincial weeks. So this week from the 17th until the 21st is for the provincial week. Then we have a footprint there that is still continuing from our last meeting, the 24th to the 28th of November. On Monday is Constituency Day. Can you please move? On Monday is Constituency Day. On Tuesday, the Committee of Chairpersons meeting will take place until 9:45, followed by the select committees. And at 2 o'clock, here we'll be having the Deputy President in the House. We'll be taking questions. The 26th of November, from 8:30 to 10, is Provincial Whips Forum. On committees, we have an addition of 2 committees. The one for Select Committee on Security and Justice, their meeting will start at 10 until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. On Thursday, the 27th of November, the Program Committee meeting is going to sit at half.
Honorable Malakome, we have lost your audio. We can't hear you. Honorable Malakome, maybe you need to switch off your videos.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are now. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Deputy Chair. I was on the 27th of November at 8:30 till 9:05 is Program Committee meeting. 9:15 until 10 is Joint Programming Committee meeting. 10 o'clock until 12:30 is Party Caucuses. 1 until 2 is Provincial Delegates meeting. And on the side of the select committees, only 1 committee will sit, that of the Agriculture, Land Reform and Mineral Resources. They will be returning, in fact, they'll be returning from their oversight visit from Western Cape. At 2 o'clock is plenary, and here, Deputy Chair, the plenary will be considering reports from various select committees. On Friday, the 28th of November, at 9 o'clock until 1, until 5, in fact, the select committees will have their meeting, and the last one is that of the Committee on Defense. And also the addition there that was in the previous meeting is the Committee on Appropriation. So they'll have their meeting from 10 until 1 o'clock. The week of the 1st to the 5th of December, on Monday is Constituency Day. The 2nd of December, we have committees that are meeting from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock. The plenary will take place at 2 o'clock to take questions to Cluster 5A. And there's a confirmation from the 2 ministers that they are available for that day. On Wednesday, the 3rd of December, at 8:30 until 10 o'clock is Provincial Whips Forum, and followed by the select committees. Here there's an addition on Select Committee on Social Services. The Committee on Cooperative Governance, they'll also consider and adopt the report. The Select Committee on Appropriation, their meeting is at 10 to 1. Select Committee on Security and Justice, the meeting is at 10 to 1. And on the next page is a continuation of the meetings that will take place. And the Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management, they'll have their meeting, and the last one is at 8 o'clock in the afternoon. The 4th of December, 8:30 to 10 is Program Committee meeting. 1 o'clock to 2 Provincial Delegates meeting. Plenaries at 4 o'clock, and here we'll have the Deputy President, and the theme is there. The 5th of December is for the joint committees, and here we'll have the Select Committee on Appropriation that will have their meeting, and the time is not indicated there. I believe that it will be communicated to the members of the committee. The week of the And the footprint is there. I think it was there even in our last meeting. So members should note that. 8 to the 12th of December. The 8th of December is a constituency day. Tuesday, the 9th of December, the only committee that will meet is that of appropriation from 12 until 1 o'clock. On Wednesday, there is no meeting that will take place there. Thursday, the 11th of December, the Select Committee on Appropriation, they'll have their meeting from 10 to 1. On Friday, the 12th of December, there's no meeting. The week of the 15th to the 19th of December, Monday is Constituency Day, but the meeting of the Select Committee on Appropriation will take place at 12 to 2. And here there'll be consideration and adoption of the final mandates and draft reports on the 2025 Division of Revenue Amendment Bill. So they'll be dealing with the issue of the mandates from various provinces. On the 16th of December is Reconciliation Day. The 17th of December, this is the last meeting that we are going to have at 10 o'clock is plenary. Here we'll be considering the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, and we'll also have the farewell speeches from political parties. Lastly, Deputy Chair, is the leave period that will take place from the 18th of December to the 19th of January 2026. Thank you very much, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Molokome, for your briefing on the program until the end of this year. And thank you very much for giving us 2 extra days at the end of the year during the leave period. I see it has been moved from the 17th of January to the 19th. Thank you very much for that presentation. I now open up the presentation to honorable members who might want to make comment on the presentation. I just needed some clarity in terms of those plenaries that were postponed, if they've all been taken into account and programmed so that we can complete that by the time we rise at the end of the year. Honorable members, I open up the discussion to members who might want to make comment on the report that was just presented. I can't see any hands on my side.
They agree, Deputy Chair.
It seems like it, but let's give an opportunity to Honorable Hadebe.
No, thank you, Deputy Chairperson, the Chairperson of the session, the Co-Chairperson, Chief Whip, the Chairperson of the Council, plus the Secretary to Parliament. I think that as this collective and all the people who are on the platform, as this collective, we must appreciate the report which is presented to us. I think that it reflects the true conditions we're faced with as we're moving towards the end of the year. But what is also very important is the issue of ensuring that DORA and the fiscal framework are attended properly so that the country cannot collapse. So we have to really to appreciate the office of the programming whip for the job well done and all the provincial whips for their contribution. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hadebe. Do I take it that you are approving the report?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Mohammed. Chief Whip.
Thank you, Chairperson. Allow me to also express my appreciation from the presentation by the programming whip and also the reasons as raised by the House Chair, Hadebe, for moving to adopt the program as a as the most appropriate one. I therefore second the move to adopt the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Whip. So we have a mover and a seconder to the report that was just presented to us, and I would like to also express my thanks and appreciation to the Office of the Programming Whip for the effort that has been put in to ensure that we have this report, the final report, I would think, for this last quarter. Honourable members, having said that, can we move on now to item 7? That is the report on the Select Committee business and report of the legislation before the Select Committees. Honourable Ryder.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Deputy Chair. Let's get the presentation flighted, please, and we can go through it. There are a number of changes. We'll focus on the changes. A lot of this stuff is familiar to participants on this committee, so let's work through it. We have slides 4 to 17 dealing with legislation, then interventions detailed on slides 18 to 20, and other matters on pages 21 to 28. So let's move straight ahead on to the detail. There are 5 bills that are currently before the NCOP committees. 3 of them are Section 75, 4 are Section 76s. We then have other matters which include 3 interventions, 3 petitions, a forensic investigation, and the public protector's letter on that hospital. So let's look at each one in isolation. We're going to start with the Economic Regulation of Transport Amendment Bill. This is a Section 75 bill before the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and the Minister in the Presidency. It was referred to us on the 23rd of May, 2025. The committee's had its briefing. They've considered oral and written submissions, and they are considering written and oral submissions. The deadline for public participation to conclude is the 1st of December, and then soon thereafter the bill will be considered and adopted through that committee. They aim to finish it early in December, and perhaps just a heads up that we would like to have that bill considered before the end of the calendar year. The presidency has reached out and requested that we prioritize this on the basis that it is key to Operation Vulindlela. And I think if we can do our bit to assist that in any way, we should certainly do that. Having said that, we can have a look at the next slide, which indicates our timelines. There is still a lot of time in terms of the rules to process the bill, but of course, we don't need to use our full time. It will be good if we can finish it early. Let's move then to the next slide, which deals with the Public Administration Management Amendment Bill, which is the Select Committee of Cooperative Governance and Public Administration. Honourable members, as you know, this bill was considered by the House earlier on this week, on the 4th of November. The bill is completed. I'd like to thank the COGPA committee for the work that they've put in on this, and we put them under substantial pressure to make sure that they met all of the deadlines and they processed this quickly. The committee has been very cooperative and, yes, had meetings on Mondays, etc., to make sure that they completed this. And we passed the bill on the 4th of November. It was the first bill that was passed with me presiding in the chair, so I was quite chuffed with that. And as you see, the expiry date for this bill was the 4th of November. So we met that target. Well done to the committee. Let's move on then to the next bill, which is the Public Service Amendment Bill. Similar to the previous one, we processed this bill to completion through the House on the 4th of November. Again, well done and thank you to the committee. If you look at the next slide, there was still a little bit of time left for us to process this, but yeah, we've done our bit within the time frame, and very grateful to the committee. The next bill is the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority bill. This is also before the COGPA committee. The committee received the final mandates earlier on this week, on the 4th of November, and all of those mandates have come in. We are now awaiting tabling in the House, and hopefully we will get a slot on the order paper fairly shortly to process this through the chamber, and then we can finalize our work on this. Again, thanks to the committee. This bill has been particularly tough, and if you have a look at the next slide, there was indeed a need to request an extension because of the fact that, of course, this bill was it lapsed in the last Parliament and was then revived. So it did run over time. The extension was granted, and yes, we can now finalise that bill and process it to completion. That will then be 3 bills out of the way for this particular committee. So well done. Let's move on then. The next bill is indeed also with the Select Committee on Corporate Governance and Public Administration. This is the Public Service Commission bill. It was referred to us on the 18th of March, 2025. The committee's been briefed on the bill. They've put out the various adverts. This again is a Section 76 bill. So spending time with the provinces now, and departmental and parliamentary legal services will respond to public written submissions towards the end of this month on the 25th of November. And the committee intends finishing with this bill in the new year of 2026. If you consider the timelines, we still have substantial time. But yes, the new year, there will be some pressure to conclude the deliberations of the committee because the time expires on the 12th of April. Let's move on then to the another bill for the same committee. This is the South African National Water Resource Infrastructure Agency Limited bill. It was introduced in the committee, in the NCOP Select Committee on the 18th of September of 2025. The committee has received a briefing on the bill now that we've got those other 3 bills out the way, and hope to get that 4th one processed in the first term of 2026. That will, of course, then allow this committee to focus on this new bill that has come through. If one considers the timeframes that are demonstrated on the next slide, you can see that it's the 24th of April, 2027, when so still a lot of time left for us to process this bill, but no need again to use the full amount of time. Let's move on to a different committee for a change. It's the Select Committee on Security and Justice. This is the Immigration Amendment Bill. It's a Section 75 bill. So a little bit more easy to process. It was referred to the committee on the 11th of September. The committee was briefed before that on the 10th of September. They've done their processes of advertising for public participation and so on, and they will be having their public hearings and then getting responses from the department next week, Wednesday, while many of us are listening to the budget. And will then continue processing the bill through the committee in the required manner. They aim to finish processing of the bill by the 3rd of December 2025, and we would then obviously hope to consider that before we rise at the end of the year. Again, there's a little bit of time still left for us. This bill expires on the 5th of April, or the time frame expires on the 5th of April 2026. So if we can get it dealt with before the end of December, that will certainly meet all of our targets. Let's look then at the Select Committee on Corporate Governance on the next page. This relates to an intervention. If you have a look at the top of the screen, it's the Section 1395 intervention into Theovatus Kloof. Honourable members, remembering that Section 1395s don't have the 180-day time frame attached to them. The intervention was referred to the committee on the 24th of November. The committee was briefed on the 21st of May, and they are planning an oversight to the municipality in the early part of 2026. and then we can look forward to a report and to finalize this notice of intervention by the first term of 2026. This has taken quite a lot of time to process, obviously because of the volume of work and the prioritization of those bills and interventions that have had timeframes attached to them. Let's look at the next slide, which deals with the Section 106 letter on Madibeng Local Municipality. Again, Select Committee on COGPA. The matter was referred early in the year on the 3rd of February. The department's been briefed. They've had oversight to the municipality. Therefore, now it just remains a report to be processed through the committee, and they will be finishing that during the course of this fourth term of 2025. The next slide relates to the Section 106 letter on Bito Local Municipality, referred way back 3rd of March 2020. Western Cape government will be briefing the department on, Western Cape Department will be briefing the committee on the 12th of November, that's next week, and the committee intends dealing with this to completion eventually by the first term of 2026. You'll note this is something inherited. Let's move on then to the petitions. The first one is the petition of Mr. Ngobo. I think we all are familiar with this by now. The committee has considered the petition. They have a report which is currently being finalized. As soon as that is ATC'd, then we aim to finish with this petition by the 9th of December 2025. So, finally seeing some progress on that one. The next one is a petition from the Magog village, the mining issue that was raised in Magog village. The committee has had their briefings. They've been on oversight visit. They have a draft report. And the 9th of December, they will also be considering that report formally and submitting it for decision from the House. The final petition that we'll be dealing with today is the SA Express petition. This one referred to us on the 21st of September 2025. The committee had presentations and considered the petition earlier on this week, on the 4th of November. The report is not finalized yet. They are still busy compiling that report. As soon as that's done and ATC'd, again, 9th of December is the deadline that the committee have set for themselves to complete this particular matter. Let's move on to the letter from the Public Protector about the maladministration at Dora and Ginza Regional Hospital. As you know, honourable members, we reported last time, the oversight visit is done, the report has been adopted, the committee has finished their work, and this will be tabled for consideration by the House on the 27th of November 2025 in terms of the program that's just been presented to us. The Select Committee on Social Services has had the list of recommended candidates for the Tribunal for Social Assistance Appeals referred to it. This was done on the 9th of October 2025. They will be receiving a briefing jointly with the Portfolio Committee on Social Development on the 3rd of December. That briefing will then allow them to complete their work on it, and we will then be able to consider it in the House. Next, honourable members, is the Protocol on Women and Youth in Trade. This is the African Continental Free Trade Area discussions, and of course, it's two protocols. The one is on women and youth, the other one is on competition. These have been processed to finalization by the committees. We were merely waiting a date for consideration by the House. Again, the 27th of November, as per the program we've just adopted, has been earmarked for conclusion of that process. The next slide relates to the ratification of the African Export-Import Bank Agreement and the explanatory memorandum. On that, the committee received a briefing by the department yesterday. I believe that they have processed the report. We're waiting for that to be ATC'd, and that will then be able to be presented in the House. I'm not sure if it has appeared on the ATC of today yet. We will be checking that as soon as we're done with this meeting. Honourable members, the very last slide, I'm almost done, is the Select Committee on Agriculture, Land Reform and Mineral Resources. There are some regulations and a draft notice that have been referred to them on the 8th of August and the 10th of September, respectively. Provinces, there was an engagement with the committee, and then there was a decision that this would be referred to the provinces for comment. Provinces have had until earlier on this week to submit their comments, and once those have been compiled and collated, the committee will have a direction to take the matter forward, and will then schedule a meeting depending on the volume of inputs that have been received. They do intend to still finish this during the fourth term, but of course that is dependent on the volume and the complexity of the submissions that are received from the provinces. So we will have more to report on that when we have the programming committee in, I think it's 3 weeks' time. Honourable members, that is the end of my presentation, which I put before you. I'm happy to answer any questions. In the absence of questions, I'd be grateful if we could adopt the report. Thank you, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Rider, for that comprehensive report on the work that has been done so far. And from my side, I'd like to firstly thank those committees that worked hard on the bills that have already been passed. I think you have done well in terms of meeting the timeframes, and we'd like to see that that sort of attention to timeframes are kept as we go forward. Thank you very much for that. Honourable members, I will now take any hands in terms of inputs on this report. I see the hand of Honourable Badenhorst.
Chair, thank you very much. Let me just thank Honourable Rider for the report and the diligence which is compiled with. And if there's no other comments, I'll move for the adoption of the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Badenhorst. Honourable members, I'm still looking for any other comments. I see the hand of Honourable Breed.
Thank you, House Chairperson. No, I have no additions. I want to thank Honourable Rider, and I will second Honourable Badenhorst's proposal to adopt the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Breed. So the report has been adopted. And once again, thank you to Honourable Rider and his team for work well done. I don't see any other hands, so we'll move on to the next item, and that is the report on Parliament's legislative program. I see Dr. Keller is with us. I'll hand over to her.
Thank you, Chairperson, honourable members and colleagues. Good morning. Our presentation this morning is twofold. We have the first part comprised of a report from the Bills Office, providing an update on the status of bills. In part will be presented by legal services, focusing on bills that have been the subject of Constitutional Court judgment. Currently, we have 80 bills before portfolio committees and 6 before select committees. Can we proceed to slide number 2, executive bills before portfolio committees? Jeremy.
I see that the page 2 is
thank
cited.
you. It's not showing on my side. Thank you. have active bills before portfolio committees. We have
Dr. Kele, sorry to come in here.
South African Judicial Education Institute.
Your audio is not very clear at all, Dr. Kele. I don't know whether you can move to a better spot.
My apologies on that. I have shifted using my colleagues' gadgets.
Okay, you're much clearer now.
Okay, on slide 2, executive bills before portfolio committees. We have Public Service Amendment Bill B13D of 2023, South African Judicial Education Institute Amendment Bill B26 of 2025. And then on the 4th of November 2025, the Select Committee on Public Service amended the Public Service Amendment Bill and returned it to portfolio committees on public service and administration for concurrence. An ATC to that effect was also published on the 4th of November 2025. And then on the 27th of October 2025, South African Judicial Education Institute was introduced. That is a proposed Section 75 bill. This bill is currently before Portfolio Committee on Justice and Constitutional Development. And then an ATC to that effect was also published on the 27th of October. Also note that this bill is part of our 2025 legislative program as submitted by the Cabinet. And then on the very same slide, we have General Family Laws Amendment Bill B20 of 2025, a proposed Section 76. On the 27th of October, this bill was referred to the National House of Traditional and Khoisan Leadership in accordance with Joint Rule 205. The referral of this bill was also published on an ATC on the 27th of October 2025. And then can we please proceed to slide 3, Private Members Bill before Portfolio Committee. We have Parliamentary and Provincial Medical Aid Scheme Amendment Bill B25 of 2025, a proposed Section 75. On the 9th of October 2025, this bill was introduced, and then an ATC to that effect was also published on the 9th of October 2025. This bill is currently before Portfolio Committee on Health, and it is a private member's bill by Honorable TKS Liklape. And then on the very same slide, we also have Local Government Municipal Structures Second Amendment Bill B9 of 2025. Kindly note that on the 27th of October, this bill was also referred to the National House of Traditional and Khoisan Leadership in accordance with Joint Rule 205. The referral of this bill was also published on an ATC 27 October 2025. Can we proceed to slide number 5? Those are the bills before Select Committee. We have an update there. We have One Stop Border Post Bill, a Section 75. NA passed this bill with amendment, and it was then transmitted to Select Committee on Security for consideration. And then an ATC to that effect was also published on the 4th of November 2025. Can we please proceed to slide number 6? Bills on NCOP order paper. We have Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill B14D of 2022. On the 4th of November, the Select Committee on Cooperative Governance and Public Administration reported on this bill with amendment. It is now B14D, and it is currently on order paper, NCOP order paper for consideration by the House. And then on slide 7, draft bills before Parliament. On the 27th October, we received Employment Service Amendment Bill. This bill is an executive bill, and it is also part of our 2025 legislative program as submitted by Cabinet.
As the bill office, we are preparing and processing this bill for introduction to Parliament. Then again, however, it's not reflected on this slide. Yesterday evening, we also received Defense Amendment Bill. This is also an executive bill. We are also preparing and processing this bill for introduction. And then on slide 9, bills sent to President for assent. We have a Revenue Laws Amendment Bill, B5 of 2025. This bill has been sent to President for assent, and the second language for this bill is Afrikaans. Lastly, although this is not indicated on our slide, on the 30th of October 2025, the Merchant Shipping Bill, B12 of 2023, and repeal of South African Airways Bill, B2 of 2024. Those two bills were withdrawn in accordance with the Rule 334. That is why they are not reflected on our slides, because they were withdrawn. So that concludes the report from the Bills Office. With your permission, Chairperson, I would like to hand over to my colleague, Ms. Daksha, who will take us through bills with Constitutional Court's judgment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Keller, for your presentation. We'll hand over to your colleague.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, Chairperson, honourable members and colleagues. I'd like to report, if we can just move to the first slide.
Then I will just inquire from the chairperson of the NCOP if there is a specific topic that you must brief the delegation on.
Next slide, please.
Did you have
I don't see the slides moving on my side, but I'll nevertheless carry on because I'm sure that the presentation has been circulated. So, Chairperson, I'd like to report that there has been one new Constitutional Court judgment that has been delivered where there will be a gap in the law in the event that remedial legislation is not timelessly enacted. This is the Van Wyk judgment, which was delivered by the Constitutional Court during last month. It concerns the Basic Conditions of Employment Act as well as the Unemployment Insurance Act. In this matter, the Constitutional Court held that certain sections of these acts unfairly discriminate between different classes of parents as to the length of parental leave available and the unemployment benefits to which they are entitled. The court allowed Parliament 36 months in which to correct the defect. The suspension of the court order then lapses on the 2nd of October 2028. Next slide, please. The next presentation is with regard to the O'Brien matter. The draft bills were presented to the DG cluster. A cabinet statement has also confirmed approval for submission of the Defence Amendment Bill as well as the Military Discipline Supplementary Measures Amendment Bill to Parliament. So Parliament can expect the introduction of these bills shortly. The deadline for these bills is the suspension order lapses on the 19th of December. With regard to the Divorce Act, the committee has made a call for comments on the bill that was introduced into Parliament. The closing date for comment is the 10th of November. The department had also approached the Constitutional Court for an extension of the suspension order. The order had lapsed or was about to lapse during last month. The court granted an 18th-month extension, and the new date by when the order will lapse is now the 8th of April 2027. On the final slide, the update relates to the Traditional and Khoisan Leadership Act. In a letter dated 8th of September from the department confirmed that the draft bill was presented to the technical working group. It was thereafter approved for submission to cabinet. A working session was convened between the department and the Office of the Chief State Law Advisor on the 2nd and 3rd of September. And Upon the certification of the bill, the department will submit the bill to Cabinet for approval to table it in Parliament. The suspension of this order lapses on the 29th of May, 2027. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kathan, for your presentation on the bills that are being dealt with at your level. Thank you very much to Dr. Taylor also for your presentation. Honorable members, are there any comments? I don't see any hands. Could we have a mover and a seconder for this report that has just been presented to us?
Chairperson, just clarity. Before that, Chief Whip here, there was referral to two bills that were withdrawn. Can the presenter just go back to those bills?
Those two bills, I think, was the matching bill and the aviation one.
Oh, okay. At what stage were they withdrawn? Maybe the presenter can make more elaboration.
Yeah, from what I heard from the presenter, those bills didn't appear in the presentation because they were withdrawn.
Oh.
I think it'll be appropriate for those bills to be reflected in the report and a comment next to it to say that they were withdrawn. Otherwise, there will be this constant thinking backwards to see whether, to see what has happened to those two bills. So if I may suggest, Honorable Moimang and to Dr. Taylor, that we place those two bills on the report and indicate that they have been withdrawn so that they are there on record. Dr. Taylor, if that is in order.
And noted, Chairperson.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Moimang, does that answer what you had a doubt about?
No, I'm happy, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any other comments? If there are no comments, could I have a mover and a seconder, please?
Chair Nonkonyana, I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nonkonyana. And then I see the hand of the Chief Whip.
I so second, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the reports have been moved and seconded. Thank you very much, honorable members, and Ms. Kassan, as well as Dr. Taylor for the presentations. If there are no other matters, we then go on to item 9, and that is closure. If there are any other matters, could I see hands? Okay, I see the hand of Honorable Mokwele.
No, man. Thanks very much, Chairperson. Chairman, it's just a matter that maybe I will need clarity if maybe I can get it from this meeting, because I see the chair in the meeting, but when advocate was rendering apologies, I never heard that maybe the chair is ill, or I don't understand that what is happening. Maybe it is me that because we normally know that the chair, if he's present, he will preside over the meeting, but I never had any apology. Or maybe it's because of I connect when I had the problem of network. I don't know. Is there any problem with the chair? Because I see her in the meeting. And then on the item of apology, I never get anything. Maybe if maybe there is any clarity that I can get in the meeting, in this meeting, if possible, or maybe outside the meeting. I'm not sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Mokwele. Is there any response to the comment made by Honorable Mokwele? Honorable Moimang, I see you.
Thank you, Chair. I think let's appreciate the question that Honorable Mokwele is raising, but I think it's a matter that does not belong here. I think the chairperson's office and the presidium are better placed to deal with the matter, not the programming meeting. Thank you, Chair.
Chair,
Okay,
there's a
thank you.
hand
Thank
of
you.
Honorable Mimang.
Yes, Honorable Moimang just made a comment now. I think that is in response to the question that was raised by Honorable Mokwele.
Chairperson?
Honorable Moimang?
Yes, the point that I was making is that the question that Honorable Mokwele is raising is appreciated, but I believe that given the nature of the meeting, it is better the matter to be dealt with at the level of the chairperson's office and the presidium, so that at least we do not create any a quagmire for the meeting. Thank you, Chair. I propose that it be dealt with by the Presidium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Whip, for giving us some clarity. I think, having said that, I see the hand of Honorable Mokwele again. Honorable Mokwele?
No, Chairperson, I don't have a problem that, or maybe is there any issue? Because now I thought that maybe the answer would be saying that maybe the chair is not fine only. So unless if there are issues, it's fine, it can be dealt at that level. Because now I thought that because like I said, I had the problem of the network when I was joining. I thought that maybe it will say maybe the chair is not fine, maybe you can deal with those. But if there is issues, you can deal with them at that level. But maybe in future, if there is confusion, we don't expect confusion, especially from you as our leader, especially the leader at that level. I'm saying if there is, because I can't preempt, but other than that, it's fine. I felt that I must also raise it in this meeting because this is our meeting that is led by your good self as the presidium or as the leadership. But I'm just saying that if there is, I should think that we can't expect it. We can't expect this kind of confusion from your good self if there is. But maybe for the benefit of doubt, let the matter be dealt at that level. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mokwele. I think you are just concerned about the well-being of the chair, but as the Chief Whip has explained, we will deal with that if there's need for it. But I think otherwise the chairperson is well and might be committed at other work. Having said that, honorable members, I thank you all for having attended this meeting and for making your inputs. And once again, thank you to all those who made their presentations. And we go into the final stretch of this quarter. And I want to wish you all well. Have a great day. Thank you, all the honorable members and support staff. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. The meeting is now closed.
Recording stopped.